David Foley Ayivo has been managing his food processing business in Accra for over 6 years. Until recently, the United States was his primary export destination and a key growth market for his company.
The American market is very important to us, number one, because of the stability of the dollar, because once you are dealing with foreign currency and dollar for that matter, it helps your business to grow faster. And also regarding their purchasing power, the Americans have the pocket to be able to afford our products. And thirdly, is the fastest growing market in terms of natural products.
However, the newly imposed 15% tariff on Ghanaian exports to the US has disrupted Ayivo's plans. He's now pivoting his business strategy to stay afloat.
What we are doing currently is to focus on the domestic markets. I mean, domestic markets, what I mean by that is the sub-region. So we are working with countries around the sub-Saharan Africa to be able to have a stronghold in sub-Saharan Africa region before we can stand on that and then now penetrate the global market.
Before the tariff hike, Ghana and other African nations enjoyed duty-free access to the US under the African Growth and Opportunity Act (AGOA). However, Trump's tariffs override AGOA provisions, meaning Ghanaian exporters must now pay reciprocal duties. In 2024, total goods trade between the US and Ghana reached $2.1 billion. US exports to Ghana stood at $967.3 million, while imports from Ghana totaled $1.2 billion, resulting in a trade deficit of $204.4 million for the US. Analysts say Ghana must adapt quickly.
Ghana, for example, 70% of everything we use is imported. So President Trump's decisions and actions are to be taken very seriously if we want to remain as a force in the global community and as continent. So the proposal is that we have to begin to produce and consume the things that we have local capacity to produce within the continent. It is important that as continents, we deepen the trade between and among each other so that we'll have less reliance on the US economy.
With the Trump administration doubling down on tariffs, many small African businesses are now rethinking their strategies, placing less emphasis on the US market and exploring new opportunities closer to home.